Welcome to Hidden Headlines. We're jumping straight in today, folks. The main event, the only thing people are really talking about. The horrific assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. We've got the report right here, and we're going to go through it all. Everything from the killer's capture, President Trump's reaction, the global grief, even, well, some really disturbing misinformation attempts. And there's this influencer seeing a huge shift away from the Democrats. It's packed. We're not pulling punches.
No, definitely not. We're looking at the immediate fallout, yes, but also, the bigger picture. This tragedy, it really lays bare the divisions we're facing, the hostility. And it just screams for, well, truth, accountability. You have to see the real cost of this political hate.
Okay, let's unpack the initial facts. The raw, shocking details from the report. September 10th, 2025. Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, murdered during his American comeback tour at Utah Valley University. He was just 31 years old. So much potential, gone. The report says, shot, left side of the neck, while answering a question, get this, about gun violence. Blood everywhere, apparently. Pronounced dead shortly after. And make no mistake, you guys see, this wasn't random. This was targeted. A direct hit on a huge voice for American conservatism. Silenced. Just like that.
And what's really deeply disturbing, as the report spells out, is the intent. It's crystal clear. The killer, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, from St. George, Utah. No priors. But his motive, the report quotes it, deep disdain for Kirk's conservative viewpoints. It was a political assassination. Plain and simple, fueled by just pure ideological hate. Robinson, former scholarship student at Utah State, unaffiliated voter, used a Mauser .30 gas caliber bolt action rifle from a distance. And the message, carved on a bullet casing, hey, fascist, catch. Chilling. Tells you everything about his mindset, doesn't it? And the kind of garbage rhetoric he soaked up. This was planned, deliberate.
Yeah. Horrifying stuff. But look, justice for once maybe moved fast. Robinson ran, but he confessed, told a family member. Then his father sees the FBI photos, recognizes him, convinces him, apparently through their youth pastor, who interestingly has ties to the U.S. Marshals, to turn himself in. Arrested late September 11th, no bail, facing first-degree murder, quick capture, which is, well, it's something, a relief.
And the leadership response, that was important too. Utah Governor Spencer Cox, he didn't mince words, called it what it was, a political assassination. Yeah. Spot on. His announcement, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That was a necessary first step towards, some kind of closure. He urged unity. And President Trump, a really powerful, moving response, called Kirk really a good person, said he didn't deserve this. And announcing he'll posthumously award Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's huge, vital for his legacy, for what he stood for America.
Okay. Let's get into the reactions. How the nation, how the world is processing this. We're going through the report point by point, every single event since it happened. First item, Turning Point USA's official statement. They confirmed the arrest, naturally, and expressed just deep gratitude to law enforcement for the speed, the dedication, the courage. Bringing this guy in so fast, it really does underscore the vital role of our police, our men and women in uniform, often unsung heroes.
Yeah, their statement obviously conveys immense pain. The whole conservative movement feels it, but it also, importantly, expresses hope. Hope that this arrest is a step towards healing, towards closure.
Yeah.
And it's a call, a strong call, to keep Erica, his wife, the Kirk family, the whole TPUSA community, keep them in your prayers. It's an unbelievably difficult time.
Now, here's where it gets, well, just amazing, frankly. This next item in the report. Breaking news. Maori men performing a Haka for Charlie Kirk. Videos going viral. The Haka, for those who might not know, it's this powerful traditional Maori war cry or dance from New Zealand. It expresses pride, strength, unity, sometimes grief, sometimes respect.
Yeah.
Deeply powerful stuff.
Exactly.
And the fact that this is happening, it tells you Charlie wasn't just some American figure. His message, his fight, it reached across oceans, across cultures, a global impact, way beyond just us.
Absolutely. Performing a Haka in this context, it shows the universal appeal of what he talked about. Freedom, truth. American values? Yeah, but values that resonate. This isn't just a domestic tragedy. People worldwide who want strength, who want principled leadership, they felt it. They connected with him. It's a serious testament to his reach.
Okay, next point. Kash Patel's comment caused a bit of a stir, apparently, but seems totally misunderstood by some folks. He said, "I'll see you in Valhalla to remember Charlie Kirk."
Right. The report cites Autism Capital clarifying this. It was deeply personal, a beautiful sentiment, really, from someone who obviously cared deeply about Charlie. Valhalla. Norse mythology, the hall for valiant warriors after death. It's about respect and enduring bond, a warrior spirit shared.
Yeah.
It was said with real affection, a direct message to Charlie, not some press release.
Yeah.
Just show some people don't get that kind of loyalty, that kind of heartfelt connection, especially in movements like ours.
Then there's this, concerning development. Also breaking news from Fox. According to the report, police evacuated the area around the killer's home, Tyler Robinson's home. Said they received concerning information. That's not good.
Well, yeah. And while we don't know the specifics of that information yet, but let's be honest here, more threats, More violence from the radical left in this atmosphere. Sadly, it wouldn't surprise anyone who's actually paying attention. The climate they've created is genuinely dangerous. These aren't just words anymore.
And this next point from the report really drives that home. Charlie Kirk's killer, Robinson. He used the exact same language you hear from far-left Democrats every single day to describe conservatives.
That's a critical point in the report. It basically spells it out. We know who radicalized him, or at least what kind of rhetoric did.
Yeah.
This constant demonization, calling conservatives fascist. I mean, it was literally carved on the bullet.
Yeah.
It creates an environment where someone unstable feels justified acting out that hate. The left's rhetoric, it has violent consequences. Undeniably, it's not just talk.
And look at this, another piece of the puzzle from the report, so disturbing. An account on X, 5 million followers, posts a fake photo of the suspect Robinson wearing a Trump shirt. Then, like, quietly, way down in the thread, they post the real photo. But guess what?
Let me guess, the fake one blew up.
Exactly.
Yes.
400,000 impressions in an hour for the fake. The real one, only 50,000. And the fake one, still up, not deleted. It's infuriating.
It just exposes it all, doesn't it? A coordinated push. Right now. Spread fake info, lie, anything to smear, desperately trying to paint this killer as some far-right Trump supporter, when the evidence, his own words, points the other way. It's disgusting. A blatant attempt to twist the truth, to push a narrative, shows the lengths they'll go to exploit a tragedy. It's really a smear on President Trump and all of us.
But amidst all this ugliness, there's something genuinely inspiring. The report highlights this wise, young Christian kid, goes by DJ. He's getting noticed for just passionately laying into Democrats celebrating Charlin's death. This kid, I'm telling you, more maturity than 99% of the left combined. He said, and I'm quoting the report here, all he did was have boldness in his faith with Jesus Christ. You guys are so mean to people just because they have beliefs. As Christians, we respect you for your beliefs, but we tell you what's wrong and what's right.
Wow. Powerful.
He went on, you do not need to be making fun of him because a tragedy has happened, all right? It's blatantly rude and disrespectful to be talking about someone's death like he's just a piece of trash. He has a family, has kids, he has a wife. You guys want someone to respect you if you got shot, right?
Such simple, profound truth.
And then this. If you passed away, you would not want anyone to be talking bad about you. I just feel guilty that someone I looked up to passed away and I'm still able to be on this earth. That's how grateful you have to be. So just stop making fun of him and just go. Just stop making fun of him. It's not even funny. At all.
That young man, incredible clarity, moral authority, wisdom beyond his years, his message about basic human decency, respect for faith, the sheer gravity of life and death, it's exactly what so many adults on the left desperately need to hear and internalize. It's just a poignant reminder of what we lost in Charlie, the values we have to stand for, and how much basic humanity is missing from so much of the discourse today.
Speaking of impact, President Trump shared this really touching story about Charlie Kirk. He said his son, Barron specifically asked if he could meet Charlie Kirk. The president said, you know, I thought he was going to say he wanted to meet King Charles or something. I said, really?
That just shows you, doesn't it? Kirk had this incredible, magic over the kids, as the president put it. He could genuinely connect, inspire young people. Barron apparently told his dad, that guy is great, Dad. And that is exactly why Charlie Kirk was such a threat to the establishment, why this assassination is so utterly tragic. He was building the next generation of conservative leaders, pulling young people into the movement. His influence was massive.
Okay, now this next one, this could be huge. A potential seismic shift. The report mentions an influencer, says he's getting DMs, direct messages, from people of every race in America. And they're all saying the same thing. After Charlie Kirk's assassination, they're done being Democrats.
Really?
Yeah. He declared, and this is a direct quote from the report, hey, Democrats, man, y'all cook, bro. I be looking at my news feeds, man. Just go ahead and sit out for these little 20 years. He specifically listed them. As of right now, the Latino community, Asian community, Black community, white community, fucking Armenian community. I even have Filipino Americans in my inbox telling me they with it too. It's over. End quote.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a serious pulse check on the political temperature right now, if that's happening. People are seeing through it, the division, the demonization, and now the deadly consequences. This tragedy, it really could be a major turning point, waking people up to the dangers, driving them towards, conservative, pro-America values. They're seeing the left's true colors.
President Trump also talked about the moment he found out. Pretty raw, he said. They said Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, what do you mean dead? Charlie Kirk was shot. I just told these people, get out, just go.
Yeah, just pure, raw emotion from the president. Shows you how deep this loss cuts. Not just political, personal, for him, for the movement. Speaks volumes about how significant this moment is, the weight of it.
And adding to that, President Trump confirmed he will attend Charlie Kirk's funeral. He said Charlie should not be having a funeral right now. He should be out there. He had a big impact on the election. I got so many young voters, and I give him so much credit.
That commitment from President Trump, it just underlines the immense value Charlie brought to the movement, to the country. It's a testament to his influence, especially with younger voters. And that right there is exactly why his powerful voice was targeted, why they wanted him silenced. He was effective, too effective for them.
President Trump also didn't hold back on identifying the source of the problem. He stated very clearly, the radicals on the left are the problem, and they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
That's just the unvarnished truth, isn't it? What many are maybe afraid to say so bluntly.
Yeah.
The president's naming it. The root cause of the hate, the violence, we have to acknowledge it directly, forthfully, if we want to understand how we got here and stop it from happening again.
But even with all the horror, the anger, the calls for justice, President Trump urged Americans to go forward. Not to live in fear of political violence. He said, you just have to go forward. You watch as closely as you can.
And that, right there, that's the American spirit, isn't it? We don't bow to terror. We don't hide in fear. We stand up. We stay vigilant. And we keep fighting for our values, for our country, just like Charlie Kirk did every single day. It's a call for resilience. Absolutely.
President Trump also talked about justice, emphasized the need for it. He said, in Utah, they have the death penalty. The governor is very intent on the death penalty in this case, and he should be. In North Carolina, you also have it, but we have to make sure that happens. That was a horrific crime.
Look, an act like this, premeditated, political assassination, it demands the absolute strongest response the law allows, anything less. It's a slap in the face to Charlie Kirk's memory. It's a betrayal of justice, and it sets a dangerous precedent. Weakness invites more aggression. Justice must be served fully.
The president also indicated he wants to look deeper into the funding, the organization behind the unrest. He said, we're going to look into Soros because I think it's a RICO case against him and other people because this is more than protests. This is real agitation. This is riots on the street, and we're going to look into that anyway.
And just for clarity, our ACACO, that's the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, used against ongoing criminal enterprises. So the president's suggesting, as the report notes, potentially coordinated illegal activity here behind the scenes.
And that's crucial, absolutely crucial. The president's connecting the dots. Inflammatory rhetoric, street-level agitation, maybe coordinated efforts fueling it all, fueling the violence. And it's high time someone investigated these connections thoroughly. Hold the people orchestrating this chaos accountable for the division, the instability they're causing. And almost wrapping up the report here, a detail about the killer's background. A high school friend told The Guardian that Tyler Robinson, the alleged assassin, was the only member of his family that was really leftist, end quote. The friend said, quote, the rest of his family was very hard Republican, like gun-loving, everything. He was really the only one that was on the left.
Yeah. Should that surprise anyone, honestly? Anyone who's been watching what's happening, it just reinforces this idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Radical leftism, it often isolates people, pushes them away from traditional American values, even from their own families, creates this deep, sometimes destructive ideological divide. It's a pattern, sadly.
And then there's Nancy Pelosi,
Yeah.
with just an absolutely insane take, as the report puts it. She says Democrats can't take responsibility for their vile rhetoric against conservatives because, it wasn't their intention for violence to happen. She actually claimed, we can't take responsibility for the minds that are out there and how they hear it. Can you believe that?
Oh, I can believe it, but it's still shocking, infuriating, a complete abdication of responsibility from someone like her. To claim hateful, inflammatory words have no impact on unstable minds, on the overall political temperature, it's either incredibly naive or deliberately dishonest. It's dangerous. And frankly, it's insulting. Words have consequences, especially when you spend years demonizing half the country. It shows either zero self-awareness or, more likely, a calculated attempt to just deflect blame. Blame for the toxic environment their rhetoric helped create.